Coming up next on Trojan News, GHS crowns its homecoming queen.
And the football team wins its first game of the season. These stories and more coming up next on Trojan News.
And now, from Studio 100 at Greenville High School, this is Trojan News.
Hello and welcome to Trojan News for Friday, October 14th. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Bree.
Greenville High School hosted a blood drive on Wednesday, October 5th. Students and members of the community participated in the event. Blood is essential to help patients survive surgeries, cancer treatment, chronic illness, and traumatic injuries. The need for blood is constant, but only about 3% of age-eligible people donate blood yearly. Stay tuned to Trojan News for information on the next GHS blood drive so that you can help make a difference.
Students, you can start planning something fun for Monday, October 24th. There will be no school for students that day. Teachers, on the other hand, are not so lucky. Teachers will report to school for an Act 80 day. Act 80 days allow time for teachers to participate in professional development pre-planned by the school board and administration.
Years ago, teenagers would listen to the radio hoping to record a clear version of their favorite songs on a cassette. These days, finding music is as simple as finding a Wi-Fi connection and clicking a button. Emily Gongwer and Destiny Eastlick recently asked GHS students what their favorite songs are. Here are their answers.
Ready 2 by Lil Durk, because it goes hard.
Sky Full of Stars, because it reminds me of my grandma when she passed away.
Deja Vu by Olivia Rodrigo, because I relate.
India Mama by Childish Gimbo, and I really like the beat of it because it's really cool.
Crazy Story by King Von, because it inspires me to kick people's butt.
Anyone But Me by Citizen Soldier, because it explains how people truly feel about their bodies.
Hurt by Johnny Cash, because that's what my sister used to sing to me.
My favorite song is 1999 by Sleepy Hollow because it tells a great story.
My favorite song is I Like You by Post Malone because I like the vibe of it.
It would probably have to be Me and My Brother, and that's because of my brother that lives in Sharon.
My favorite song is Quite Heavy Dreams by Zach Bryan. I think he's a really great artist. I think the way that he paints a story with his songs is super important and something we don't get much of today.
Don't Think Jesus by Morgan Wallen because he's a great artist.
And that concludes that everyone has their own taste in music. For Trojan News, this is Emily Gongwer reporting.
There will be a representative here from Penn State Shenango on October 19th for juniors and seniors who are interested in learning more about the school. Stop in the guidance office to sign up if you are interested in attending.
There are many confusing forms that need to be completed as seniors navigate through the college admissions process. GHS will help you get started with its annual Fill Out the FAFSA night on Wednesday, November 2nd from 6 to 7:30 in the lecture hall. Senior parents and students are encouraged to attend. Congratulations to Homecoming Queen Sydney Richardson and Homecoming King Andrew Sinclair. Greenville held its annual Homecoming Parade Thursday, October 6th. More details on the event will be included in a future broadcast. Highlights from Friday night's homecoming football game will be featured in this week's sports report.
Mr. Malik is one of the math teachers here at GHS, with teaching Algebra 1, Algebra 2, SATs, etc. Mr. Malik is still makes time to coach the girls' tennis team and help out with girls' soccer. Kelsey Russell caught up with Mr. Malik in this week's Spotlight.
Why did you choose to teach here at GHS?
Well, I was working at Blackhawk. We lived here because my wife is from here and I was driving over an hour. So when the job opened up here, it was a no-brainer to apply to it.
How long have you been teaching here?
This is now, I think, my 15th year here at GHS.
If you weren't a teacher, what would you be doing?
I would probably be an architect. I love designing and building things, and so being able to use math along with that, it just makes sense to be an architect.
Thanks, Mr. Malik. Back to the studio.
More than 100 representatives from colleges, universities, trade schools, businesses, banks, career centers, and military branches were represented at the Teal College Fair in the recently renovated Rissell Beagley Gym on Thursday, October 6th. Dozens of GHS students attended the event and were able to learn more about colleges and career choices.
Fallout from the Uvalde tragedy continues. LJ McGonigal has more in this week's World Watch.
A Texas school district fired a newly hired school officer on Thursday, May 24, 2022, after CNN identified her as one of the officers under investigation for her actions during the unveiled school massacre in May. Crimson Elizondo is one of the state troopers who arrived at Robb Elementary within 2 minutes of the gunman entering the school, opening fire last May. Current and former CIA officers have gone to the House and Senate Intelligence Committees over the past years to raise concerns that a CIA task force has been soft-pedaling its investigations into a mysterious illness impacting agency officers. On Friday, the mayor declared a state of emergency over the mass migration, asking for help to relieve some of the pressure and the $1 billion cost New York City it's expecting over the next year.
Hard work and consistency paid off on the gridiron Friday night.
And the volleyball team wins its senior night matchup.
Jacosa Mitchell is standing by in the Sports Center with all the details. Jacosa?
Thanks, Hannah. The Greenville Trojans hosted the Iroquois Braves for homecoming Friday night and celebrated with fireworks, a 50-0 win, the Trojans' first of the year. Greenville got off to a quick start on their first play from the line of scrimmage as Nick Soldridge hit Jace Herrick on a 35-yard pass for the opening score. Malachi Hyde closed out the first quarter with a 43-yard run. The Trojans scored 3 more touchdowns in the second quarter, including Herrick scoring on a 25-yard pass from Soldridge. This marked 3 touchdowns for Herrick, 1 passing and 2 receiving. Blake Rotman scored from 47 yards out, and I ran for a 51-yard touchdown to close out the scoring. The second half was played under the mercy rule running clock, and it was also decided to finish play with 8-minute quarters. Greenville will play at Hickory Friday night against the Hornets. The volleyball team celebrated its seniors on Tuesday, October 11th, as they played host to the visiting Wilmington Greyhounds. The Trojans came out strong, winning the first set by 25 points, and they never looked back, winning the second set 25-23 and the third 25-21. Junior Josie Hart scored 4 aces on the serve. Junior Reese Razavi had 6 kills, and junior Tina Varian recorded 3 blocks. The Trojans will play in the Maplewood tournament over the weekend before playing their final 2 games on the regular season next week against Reynolds and Mercer. Josie Hart told us what the key to the team's success has been this year.
This season, we've really worked on our energy throughout the sets, making sure we stay up during every set. In the past couple games that we've played, we've really stayed up, and that's led us to win those games, so it's going to carry on into the playoffs too.
The boys soccer team will take on Girard at home on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Get out of bed and down to the stadium to cheer on the boys. That's it from the Sports Center. Let's send it back to the girls in the studio.
That's all for this week's episode of Trojan News.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest in school news and local weather, as well as short creative videos.
For Trojan News, I'm Hannah.
And I'm Bree. Have a great day.